Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Books and Betches, not to be confused with Books and
Barachas.
I'm Kristen, and with me I have
Maria.
That's Erica and Maria. This is a book podcast. We swear we spoil. We talk about sex, and we suck at it. However, this week we are not talking about a book. We're doing another one of our...
We're talking about books.
Yeah.
Topics.
We're doing a topic
books.
episode, which people seem
I think
to...
you guys like our topic episodes.
Yeah.
You just like to hear us bullshit.
You like to hear us bitch, which
It's
is like...
not a book that we're getting wrong, so yeah.
This is what we do. We bitch. That's our thing.
This is what podcasts are usually
in
like.
our name.
Yeah.
But this is
Is
what
that actually
podcasts
what?
are usually like. They're
Is it
just
actually
people popping off.
Erica came up with the name Books and Betches.
Yeah.
She did.
How did you even-
Everything that happens to us is all Erica's fault.
Why did you come up with Books and Betches?
I think we were just spitballing.
I think you
names,
said it as a
man.
joke, and
I
we
said
were all
it
like...
as a joke, and Kristen was like, "That's fucking awesome." And I was
No.
okay.
What happened was you said it, and we all went, well, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, that works.
That's literally what happened.
No.
Yes.
I think
So
you
I'm
were
pretty-
like,
I'll find
"That's
a
I'm pretty
receipt."
sure I was like, I
hilarious."
can't come up with anything better, so
Yeah.
that'll do.
And we thought hard.
That'll
But
do.
you know what? Considering what our content has grown into, because
It
like
fits.
obviously in the beginning we tried to be serious
Yeah,
with
we did,
segments
didn't we?
and like
Oh my
it was
god,
so
we have
bad.
segments.
and like
People,
like, actual things.
People will literally message in and be like, I'm listening to your entire backlog of
Whenever they
episodes,
say that, I'm like,
and I
oh,
go,
no.
I am so sorry for the first 50.
They're not bad, though.
Yeah.
They're probably more put together than these.
It's probably
Probably.
par for the course, though. But you know what it is? These aren't as put together as we were before, but these are more us than what we
Authentic.
were before.
But people have grown with
Authenticity.
us.
That
Yes.
too.
Remember when we wanted to be anonymous? Okay, anyway.
Oh, I wanted it so bad. And you said, let's put it on YouTube. YouTube.
What's the topic of discussion today, Erica?
The topic of discussion has been a topic that people have been discussing on TikTok. And
Can you
or
just
Book
say the
Talk
top?
Is
She's getting there.
is books being fast fashion like right now? So like quick turnarounds for books for kind of like think about like a Shein of books.
Oh.
So like fast fashion is like low quality, low product quality, high turnaround,
Ooh.
quick,
Interesting.
trendy, and changes like with the tide and with like the mood of the reader. So like similar to fast fashion where like Shein, Forever 21, like
Zara,
very like fast fashion where like, you know, plaid might be in 1 month and it's not in 3 months from then.
There's definitely a fad on TikTok. I feel like TikTok. Let's just specifically discuss
we always
TikTok.
harp on TikTok.
Because I think that's where it all started.
Well, that's where it's popped off since TikTok boomed in 2020.
So YouTube has been around forever.
Yep.
BookTube has been a thing for a while.
Yep.
My version of BookTube was always like the Bryan Sandersons, like the very fantastical, like the epic.
So yeah, it is short format that's creating a problem.
So like I would get really invested in that. And then when TikTok came, it was like a whole different genre of smut. I'm just gonna be honest, like it was like
Monster erotica?
yeah, like weird, smutty,
Dark
like
romance?
what I think of as like I don't want to like no,
You don't
never
offend
mind.
anyone.
Yeah, I don't want to offend anybody, but like
But the
teenage girls.
question is
what it
like
feels
is it better that people are able to unapologetically explore their interests
Yeah.
now versus before they didn't know what they liked or like they were scared to
Mm.
or you know what I mean, like they felt shameful about what they did like or whatever that was. Is it better that things are behind a closed door or is it better for things to be out in the open? I don't know the answer to that question.
know the
That's
answer to that
a
either.
little bit too high level.
I
I
don't
think that's not my place.
Well, I just feel like TikTok is a certain kind of place. Like the type of content that's being pushed the hardest is specific. It's like a genre where like, you know what I mean? Like everything that I see on TikTok is like Colleen Hoover, Sarah J. Maas, the smutty romance. It's all
From Blood and
romance.
Ash.
Everything's romance based.
Yeah. Well, romance has always been the
Romance is a
highest,
big
the
genre,
highest
yeah.
one.
Not as much. Like
No,
I
no.
I agree. I agree. But I haven't heard about it as much until
Yeah, again,
getting
is
into
it,
TikTok.
Is it better to be behind a closed door or is it better that everything's out in the open? I don't
See,
know.
I don't
also
think it's
know if
bad.
I don't know if it's because your connection to us.
It's definitely
and this podcast
that's definitely it.
that's opened you to that kind of algorithm.
That's definitely it because we're part
because
of it.
we've always known about romance.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Romance has always been the highest grossing.
I didn't know that
Do you
romance
think-
wasn't Fabio books though.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
I thought everything was like either Fabio, like what are they, corset buster type like
stuff,
or
Here's
like
where I'm
I
at.
didn't know they had rom-coms for books.
Let me ask you a
Okay.
question. If
Or
Tik-
like I thought it was like Meg Cabot type shit.
if TikTok didn't exist, does not a thing, right? Social media, Bookstagram, like people posting
even
about
Instagram
books.
didn't exist.
Yeah, if people were not posting
no
about
Instagram,
books.
no books.
Like Instagram existed, Bookstagram was not a thing.
Okay.
Okay, did not exist at all.
Yep.
In your life back in the day to now, do you think you would have ever picked up a Sarah J. Maas book?
No.
Would you think you would have
Yes.
ever picked up a Jeannie Frost or any of those books?
Yes.
Probably.
See, I think it's interesting, like, especially the Sarah J. Maas stuff. Like, those are the things that I think people are hopping on. But also, it's a marketing thing.
But like I reached Sarah J. Maas without the internet,
How did you...
the library.
Interesting.
So when I started commuting into the city for my new job back in 2019, I was reading a lot because I was like on that train for frickin' ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I started going to the library again, like more, and that's how I picked up the Cruel Prince series out of nowhere.
Yep.
Loved that. That was my first dip into like true like fantasy, even though it was YA fantasy. And through that, I found ACOTAR.
Interesting. See, I don't think I would have found any of those.
When I first started reading in 2020, or like back into reading in 2020, like I had read The Hunger Games, I'd read all those other ones. I started rereading Twilight because I was like, I want something that's like it's gonna take me a little bit more time to like chew through. So then I started rereading Twilight, and I was like, I wonder if I can find like a book that's like Twilight or a series that's like Twilight.
Crave.
And then I started reading Crave. And then I think I moved on to the Nalini Singh's, like the Archangel. So that looks a little bit more like Jeannie Frost covers.
But how'd you
Yeah.
find it?
So like just through like Googling.
And then once TikTok came, like, is that how
I
you
didn't-
discovered the
we
whole
didn't-
world of like...
We weren't on TikTok until
I was scrolling, but I wasn't on the book side of TikTok ever
for
really.
a very
Yeah.
long time.
I never really reached
Or
BookTok.
or Bookstagram or any of those.
Bookstagram I joined myself. Yeah.
I would say like maybe a year ago we started doing more stuff on Bookstagram, or sorry,
TikTok?
on Book Talk.
I think everybody
Maybe
leans
a year and a
into
half.
what's like the most popular, and then that kind of like builds off of.
I do
like-
think ACOTAR blew up in the last 2 years to 3.
Yeah, oh, it blew up.
Blew up.
And I think, and like I said, I think that's like really good marketing. Obviously, we're gonna
Well,
utilize
it's word of mouth.
Word of
Yeah,
mouth, too.
yeah, exactly.
But what has happened on Book Talk, Bookstagram, all of the like the book social media, barring BookTube, is that you have people that are just constantly, and I am part of this, right? Is just like you're like constantly needing more and more to like read and consume. It's like high consumerism,
Yeah,
right?
and
So
we're
it's
seeing
like
people write books now
too
who are
quickly
never, yeah.
and are not editing things properly,
Do
and
you
like
think that comes a lot in the indie publishing era? Because I feel like I've seen that in a lot of
well, yeah,
books.
because you need to make money. Some of these
Right.
authors need to make money, so
right, so they're
how do
pumping
you
out books.
how do you do that by making one book a year? Like let's say you're an independent author and you actually have a really good following. You put out one book a year, you're not making more than $40,000-$50,000 off that book.
Here's my other question.
No way.
Would you have written a book, do you think, if you never got into Bookstagram or Book Talk? Do you
I
think
had started writing the book before I got into books.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just curious.
um
Do you think your reading count would be the same today if you didn't get into Bookstagram or Book Talk?
yeah.
I'm
Wasn't
curious
your
how
reading
different.
A mental thing? Was it
Yeah.
like a
I'm
mental
curious
health?
how different your life would be. Like what your world would look like.
I mean, I can tell you with all honesty, I have gotten so many interviews and opportunities because of our success on the podcast.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I added into my resume now, because what it does is it shows that I have like an entrepreneurial mindset, and like it gives me something to talk about that's interesting. Showing success in a hobby shows that like you can be successful in other parts of your life other than work.
Yep.
So like there's a lot of other things that come along with this. So like I do, no matter what happens with the podcast, I'm always going to add that in because it's a great talking point. I got laid off earlier this year. I went on probably last year. I went on probably I think like 80 interviews, and every single one I brought up they brought up
The podcast.
the podcast.
That's so cool.
Interesting.
That's really cool.
No.
I don't know. I just feel like the way that I feel, and it's so different than you guys, but like obviously I would have known nothing about any of these worlds.
Maria introduced us because she was on Bookstagram first.
Yeah.
But this is why we blew up, is because or I don't want to say blow up, but like
This is why we have a couple people.
Why we have a following is because we decided to do the podcast. We started it on Bookstagram. We had pictures that were fucking terrible.
We joined Bookstagram.
But
that was those pictures. Relax.
No. Mine were fucking terrible.
It was like the start of Reels.
But I'm saying like Bookstagram was just photos.
Yeah.
It was flat lays and like
Yep.
these beautiful like and people's bookcases and this, that, and the other thing. And then it turned into Reels, and we got a couple of Reels that blew up really quick because we started doing it
Now it's
before everyone
everything.
else, and now everyone does Reels, and now it's oversaturated. But it's the same thing with books, right? Like, so some indie authors got a lot of success off of putting books out there pretty quickly, and now everyone's doing it. So
Yeah.
it's just that, like, I don't think it's necessarily fast fashion. I think it's people following a trend of people being able to make money.
It makes me sad that like we're never gonna have that time again where we go to a bookstore and like wait in line. But then at the same time, I have to like think about it. I'm like, okay, well, books are a lot more accessible now, and that's great. Like you don't have to go for anybody. Like you don't have to.
For us.
Wait, what do you mean?
Not
Other parts
everybody
of the
has
world
access.
are not like.
Oh no! I'm saying not even like I mean for people who in the past, like this is a specific group. Like if people in the past couldn't leave their house to like go to a midnight release,
Yeah.
like now they have access to books.
But
Yeah,
in
of
America.
of course, like outside of our bubble, they,
Like
yeah.
there are people in like Brazil where books are like $70 a book.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about
Australia.
I'm
too.
talking about
Like,
America.
They're so priced in Australia. It's crazy.
No, I'm very much talking about our country, like or like at least us. We are very lucky to be able to access books quickly and like right to our device.
But like again, the question is our books becoming fast fashion because
think
of the
so.
accessibility
I
and
think
the
it
ability
depends.
I don't think
to buy them at a cheaper price? And like is Kindle Unlimited like aiding that, or are you creating more opportunities for people who would not necessarily have them?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Does it
because
matter?
of traditional because the constraints of traditional publishing.
Here's where I think is fast fashion. 5 versions of Crescent City 2.
Well, yeah,
That is fast fashion.
that's bad.
Fashion. You know. That is printing extra versions just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
It's not because it adds much else. You could release those as like on just her website. Maybe just pay an extra like $10 and you have a digital version of it.
Right.
I think it's
Consumerism.
like toxic consumerism.
Yeah, I think that's the main one.
That's a better.
The fast fashion might not be the right term for it. I think the consumerism overall is where we see it, like the
So,
extra consumerism.
I think it's a problem with what you're saying, but the idea of people pumping out books for us to read them,
Quickly.
why is that bad?
I'm okay with that.
You know what I mean?
So
Why
I
does
think
it matter?
I think what happens is it circles back to people feeling like elitist over books.
What's a good book
like
and what's
that's
not?
what
no,
it
not
is.
just that. Just being like traditionally, the people
It's
who
harder
were
to get
able to
published.
read
Yeah.
were people who were privileged and
Mhm.
educated.
Mm.
So books have traditionally, through the years, through like the last 200 years, been only for the upper class, for the elite,
Sure,
right?
sure.
And it was
That
a
was kinda what I was
sign.
trying
Unless
to
it was
say.
the Bible.
It was
Yeah.
a sign, but they never read the Bible. It was a sign of higher education. So, and that was directly tied to like higher intelligence. If you were highly educated, that means you were highly intelligent. But that means you read books, blah blah blah, whatever. So now you have this like kind of like intrinsic feeling that people who are readers are smart
Mm.
because of how people were back in fucking the 1800s.
Right.
That you were privileged, you were highly educated because you were able to read. That's not the case anymore.
Right.
Most people can read. We do have a problem with fucking reading comprehension in this country. That's a different fucking conversation. But for the most part, education and intelligence are no longer tied to books and reading anymore.
Okay.
And now you have people who kind of have a inflated notion of self because they're readers.
Yeah.
And they're trying to create this
point.
category that so many people don't fucking fit into.
Yeah.
And now that's why you see people talk down to romance readers. That's why you see people talk down
There's a lot of
about
that. Yeah.
like different types and different tropes and different genres and that's where I think you get this idea of fast fashion.
Okay.
Is that people are like, well, you shouldn't write books because you shouldn't write them quickly and they should be high quality and blah 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 blah. And it's like, well,
can't we just dick around and have fun sometimes?
TV.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have to be
exactly.
that.
Not every TV show is the best. Not every movie is
Exactly.
the best. But it's,
Who the
it's
fuck
for
are you
someone.
to say? Who the fuck
Yeah.
are you?
Tell me what's good or not. If I
Amen.
like it, like I like Baddies on the Zeus Network. I eat that shit up every week.
I know.
And I know it's some people will think it's a terrible TV, but I don't care what you think. I like it.
But is TikTok ruining books?
TikTok ruins everything. That's the crux of it all.
Yeah.
See?
TikTok ruins everything.
So we say all this,
but
and I'm
I
like,
do,
eh.
I do believe that there are good facets of the internet that
I
we
know.
don't see at the forefront
Right.
because what we get fed
saturated. Yeah.
is the shitty stuff.
Because
the
that's what
rage
does the
farming,
best.
the drama. That's what does the best, unfortunately, because
Mhm.
we as humans are just too curious about that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But we don't see the good parts.
Right.
And
What
I know there are good ones.
What I want to happen again is I want like if I could like try to fix America right now by like doing whatever, I would take away TikTok.
Yes.
I would remove any type of social media that wasn't like pre Y2K. Like literally
No,
like
leave YouTube.
fucking- maybe YouTube, but like not
even then, YouTube
fucking
is
lives,
dangerous
no
too, like-
Twitches, none of this shit anymore.
Nah, I like Twitch. I watch people.
love
no,
Twitch.
Fucking go back to cable television, no more fucking
I
streaming.
was saying this about the
None of this
See,
shit.
then that's taking away people's
No,
information.
but then you have to elevate the experience of news. We need to go back to the Walter Cronkites of the world where you were just telling the news and there was no like hidden
political agenda
agenda
behind it.
Mm.
And you need to remove politics from news.
I was thinking about this when I was watching the Mean Girls movie last night. Watching it and how they inserted, and this is a spoiler for the Mean Girls movie if you haven't seen it yet, but they added a bunch of like TikTok stuff, and,
Yeah.
like, TV like, or
Social.
social media things of like how Regina George gets like bombarded online instead of how it was when she got hit by the bus, whatever. It's all online. It's like, did you see Regina fall? Like,
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I was like, take me back to where this mentality of let's all bash people on the internet wasn't a thing.
Right.
I feel like the only thing you should be allowed to upload on internet is like informational stuff. Like
Yeah, but then
Entertainment's
where are you
still a
getting your
thing. Like,
information from?
entertainment's
no,
still a
like
thing, though.
like how to change the fucking handle on your microwave.
Got it. Yeah. How to crochet. Yeah.
How to do this.
what
how
YouTube
to, like,
was there for in the beginning.
Yes, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I think entertainment needs to be wiped from social media.
Like
think
entertainment should be
that's
its
the
own
problem.
thing. Is that what you're saying? Like
That's the problem. Though.
Yeah.
Because what does entertainment do on social media? It's rage farming.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
getting people fucking worked up. It's getting people's
But
emotions heightened from
Right.
like,
there's,
and that's
there's
entertainment.
facets though, because
then I would
there's-
lose my job.
one, we lose our jobs.
Yeah.
Two,
Because cable would be back.
but there are parts.
You get paid for syndication.
But I work in marketing. I work in
Yeah.
promos.
Exactly. Same.
Like my
There would still be ads.
but not on social media. But what I was trying to say was, to me, like let's say BookTube, for example, watching someone do a reading vlog is entertainment to me.
Yeah.
Carrie can read, doing a
Yeah.
2-hour
Yep.
plot
But
breakdown.
that's informational.
That's true.
That's
But the
not.
reading vlogs sometimes aren't. They're just like, this is what I did today.
Yeah.
Well, those are stupid. I don't know.
I like them. They're
don't
fun
like
I
to
mean,
them.
I
watch.
love all types of YouTube videos, so I'm not the one to
You're-
say.
You,
yeah.
are a different thing. But I like to sit there. I'll play on my little Switch. I'll play on
Yep.
Fortnite, and I'll have people in the background
Yeah.
like, doing their
See, like
daily
I think
thing.
that, but I think that's like overconsumption. I don't think we need that.
Well, yeah, I think you're
I'm okay.
right.
That's all we do. It's overconsume.
Yeah.
Since 2020, for sure,
Yeah.
all we were taught
Yeah.
to do is overconsume because we couldn't go outside.
So we're in. People don't want to admit this, but we're in late stage capitalism.
Oh,
What does that
So,
mean?
yeah.
Essentially, where everything is commoditized.
Yep.
And this is
Oh.
where
Mhm.
I hate, and this is
That's why I
why
deleted TikTok.
this is why
Shop
we
ad,
don't.
shop ad.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But this is why we don't really necessarily get advertisements outside of like what's being shown within the pod, like other than the podcast ads, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't do social media ads. We don't like get deals for social media or whatever.
No.
And there's a reason for that, and it's because I mean, me specifically, I'm the one that's doing a lot of it, but I don't believe in commoditizing the hobby. So,
No.
and that's where so many people are like, I'm doing free labor by promoting this book. And it's like, no, it's your fucking hobby.
Yeah.
And now you want to be a part of late stage capitalism because you're commoditizing your own fucking hobby.
I mean, hey,
it doesn't
we need
need
to make money, bro.
You don't need to make money on your hobby, but that's what late stage capitalism makes you feel like you have to do.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, we're drowning, dude. Like,
you have to try to make money somehow.
Exactly.
So you are squeezing it out of everywhere.
Exactly. And it's
but that's not
at what
fucking
point
right.
is it going to collapse?
Yes.
Because it has to collapse.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know. I've
But
said
that's
this
also
several
part of-
times. I've said it several times. I don't like the idea of making your hobby your job.
I know,
Yes.
and we did that.
I don't.
Yes.
We were fed.
Yep.
No, my parents said go into the military. I should have fucking done it.
No, you
I mean,
shouldn't.
no, I wouldn't have liked it either.
Yeah.
But I feel it in my bones, man. Don't make your hobby your
true.
career
It's
because you're
true.
putting a monetary value behind what you love.
It
and what brings
drains
you
you.
joy.
It drains
And then when you
you.
no longer have that connection to that hobby because now you have people above you who get to tell you, sorry, your creative is not good. Let's
Yes.
take you through 17 rounds
Yep.
to make it how I want it because
Mhm.
my creative matters more than your creative because I get paid more.
Amen.
And it turns into like, okay, so then what made me happy no longer makes me happy.
Mhm.
And now everyone has to find something new to do. That's why everyone thinks they're going to blow up on TikTok or they're going to
But
say
to
the
be
next delicious thing
fair,
on a podcast.
but
Like,
it's
we
the
do this.
easiest
I know
job.
it sounds hypocritical because we're on a podcast and
Yeah.
we're like, there are ads on our thing, but I don't even know what ads are like, on this thing. But we don't look at this
Yeah.
as a job.
No.
This is a hobby that's like fun, but it
Yeah.
could go away tomorrow and we're fine.
But
Thank
and then
God.
you see all these YouTubers complaining about like, and you know what? We're all human. I get it. But the amount of people that are just like, I just don't find joy anymore. I'm miserable.
burnt out.
I'm burnt out. And it's like, bro, if you worked a fucking 9 to 5 and you got your ass handed to you almost every single, I just think of WWE all the time. I'm just like, you don't even know. Like, you're working for your fucking self. Take a break or do some like.
That's
they
the thing.
can't.
I don't like
No,
the-
but they make so much money. They make so much
and
money.
they like I said in a previous thing, they bash the blue collar, they bash the regular 9 to 5
Yes.
as if it's like, how dare I, why would I ever be a regular schmo
Yeah.
over at like a grocery store? Like, they think it's beneath them.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, if without them your grocery store isn't open.
mm-hmm.
Without that guy,
They're
at
not gonna watch
Valvoline,
your video.
You're not getting an oil change.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Exactly.
I just wish we could not follow. I wish people would stop following these influencers.
I know, and I
Like,
do
really
it too on
wish
YouTube.
that, like, we did like a max exodus of like following people on TikTok. Like all of these people that have like 2 million, 5 million, 15 million. I wish they like everyone just unfollowed all these people at once.
It sucks because there are good people that like do mean well and do good on the internet, and
but again, they're drowned by all the people who do bad.
exactly.
But like there's some like okay, like there's family bloggers out there and stuff. Like
Oh.
they are the fucking worst, and they're like, and they make so much fucking money.
The
Like,
LeBrants.
John shows me this all the time. Like
The
there's
worst.
like this couple that has like a kid that's similar age as Hudson, and they make like they both are just full time on their channels, and they make like $500,000-$700,000 a year.
A month.
A year.
No, a month.
Well, I mean they're not that big. But.
Ninja makes $500,000 a month, and he just streams video games for 3 hours a day. So it's like, I don't know. When people,
Like,
when
how
you're
do you
making,
do that?
when you're making
He got lucky.
$500,000 a month,
Like, is he funny?
oh my god, Ninja's like the worst.
Is he?
Oh,
I never
have you watched
Ninja.
any of it? He
So how does
screams.
he get?
He randomly just goes. Meow.
I watched.
I'm like, what?
I watched
what is-
Carmen King.
Oh,
That's who I
love
watch.
Carmen.
Like,
I
how do
love
you
Carmen
get
King.
that?
I don't know.
He
And as a
but he was at that pocket where he started it right at the
so,
start.
but like
Yeah.
he's
as
the reason why he would do it.
as a like, let's say you're a fucking smoking hot 18-year-old girl, and you have the choice. Let's say you have like 100,000 followers on TikTok, and you have the choice to either go into fucking college or just try to build your career. Why wouldn't you just build your career?
That's
on
what they're all
TikTok?
doing.
That's what they want.
But yes, so obviously because you're making
yeah.
$2 million a year off doing
but
fucking
it's a shelf.
nothing.
It has a
Exactly.
very. It has a very small shelf life though.
But you don't know
Unless
and
you're a
they're not-
D'Amelio.
It's not going away.
But
Alex Earl, fucking Emma Chamberlain, all these girls are fucking
no,
like
Emma was on something recently, a couple months ago, how people hate her guts because she wanted something different.
They love her.
no, but she's a
She
now
has a
she's
big
a
fault, but she
she's
went
a
mainstream.
celebrity.
She
Yeah.
went mainstream.
She's a celebrity now.
Yeah.
It's
For what?
crazy.
She's got no fucking talent. She's doesn't. I don't know what
Well,
she
she's got
does.
fashion.
She made life look good.
She got fashion, I think.
Yeah, I think she does fashion.
Yeah.
That is such a That's like being like I'm a psych major. This is such a fucking made up
We're
thing.
so
Minds
off
are a
topic.
thing.
What?
It's like it's fine.
No,
I
but I'm
think
just
now-
saying, like it's not like anything real.
You know what
It's
this
in a
episode
fucking
should be called?
degree.
Betches bitch about social media.
Oh my god.
That's what this episode is, because that's literally where we've
I
gotten.
love how we start off with a topic. It's
Every time.
like book talk consumerism, right? And then it just goes into
Fuck
the
Charlie
world.
D'Amelio. Yo, fuck, I'm a chamber.
You're not
Every
working
time-
at shit. It's a fucking hobby. Get over
do
yourself.
do you have like people on the internet that like when you see them come up you just get so fucking angry?
I
that
just
they're-
don't follow
I
them.
I got rid of
famous?
it.
I don't follow them.
I got
Oh,
rid
I
of
don't
it
like
all.
block people, but
Who? Name 3.
Emma Chamberlain. Every time her stupid fucking ad
I
comes up,
never.
makes me
I've
so
seen Emma
angry.
I
Chamberlain
never
once in the
watched
last
Emma
like
Chamberlain.
8 years.
I
have
never
n-
watched
I
her.
didn't even know she was still. The fact
I
that you
say
even said
I'm
that
not
name.
interested, and it still fucking shows up.
I
Right?
never
And you
watched her.
can't block
I
ads.
never watched
There was
her.
something
I
recently.
want to be able
but
to
not
block
interested in.
ads.
I forget
YouTube
what.
Premium.
Yeah, YouTube
I don't
Premium, baby.
look at YouTube.
Oh, that's where I live. I live
Oh,
on YouTube.
yeah,
now.
that'll change your life. Delete Instagram, delete TikTok.
That's
just be
gonna
on
be a
YouTube.
thing, though. Did you talk about this recently? A couple in the last 6-7 months.
What?
That
Real-
Instagram or TikTok is gonna turn to a paid thing. So you're gonna
Oh.
start paying to not see ads.
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna. It's basically what they did on airplanes. Is they're making the environment so insufferable that like now you're gonna pay to upgrade into comfort.
Well, that's what's happening on TikTok. Like I
Really?
said, you scroll and it's TikTok shop, and then
Everything's
a
TikTok
really
shop.
weird fucking live. Scroll back down, an ad. Then you scroll again,
So-
TikTok shop.
Hold
That's
on.
Instagram.
Then a normal video. then
Instagram's
a
always
live.
ads.
Then a TikTok shop.
So
ad, TikTok shop, normal video.
do you want to
Every
like?
4, you get a normal video.
Do you want to like throw up?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Sure.
because you guys we have like a TikTok shop or whatever. We have like the availability
we?
to do that.
We have.
We
Oh,
do
we
have
have the
that availability.
Do not
because
do that, please.
We have the availability to do
Okay.
it. So because of that, I can see how much commission we can get on all of these things.
Oh, expose it. Give us the numbers. Give us
so
numbers.
for example, this is like a camera, right? It says a 15% commission. So every time somebody buys it from our shop, you would get $5.85.
No.
$5.85.
$5.85.
So how much is the
So-
camera?
That's like the affiliate ad thing. Like everyone's having all these Amazon things. Like I
This
bought
is-
on
and
Amazon,
you know
they're
what?
not
This
they're
one
not
is, like-
disclosing that
They're
it's affiliate.
tricky about some of the ads too. They're like, I played
Okay,
a
so,
bunch
like-
of games that.
So this one is like a brush. It's a $34 foundation brush. The commission is a 20% commission. You make $6.80 on it.
Every
every
time
so-
somebody
every
clicks your
every
link
time
and
somebody
buys it.
buys that
off of your link.
off of your link.
That's what happened with Amazon right now. Amazon's the big one. That all these people are on Amazon like, oh guys, link to my storefront, all
Turn
my
that
stuff, but they're not disclosing that's an affiliate ad when they're supposed
So
to.
this one's $7.50
What she's
for
been
a
saying
camera.
a lot over the last couple months about the FTC and like the guidelines people are not following. There's gonna be a crackdown. There's gonna be a crackdown of people who
Wow.
are not disclosing ads correctly,
Damn.
and I want nothing to do
And
with
it's
it.
every single video you scroll, and it's
Hold on.
either TikTok shop or an ad.
You
This
know what I
one
hate
is
too?
$4.80. Like I see,
So you can see
I
what
could
that
see
girl-
every single person what I would make or we would make if we
Did the same thing.
did the same. Like $7. Some of them are like $30. Like those
No.
bigger, some of those bigger
No,
items.
I hate it.
I'm not gonna lie. I bought one thing on TikTok shop.
no, I hate it.
I have two.
I hate it.
And I bought it for free though because you got like a super discount coupon.
Wow.
You can get like super discount coupons.
I bought
hate
a
it.
cool toy for my niece and nephew on TikTok shop, and now
sorry.
I'm sitting here like, damn, how
I
much
got
money?
my
Because it was
sister-
unavailable after.
I got an ad for because my sister loves those Highland cows.
yeah.
She's like obsessed with those
That's
cows.
cute.
Right? So she goes to my mom like, Mom, I want this cow at our house in DR.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, we can't have a cow. I'm sorry.
Cows and angels.
So I got an ad for like Legend something. I'm sorry if you get the ad now. But it's like a plushie of the Highland cow.
wow.
And that's the one thing I saw on Instagram that I was like, I'll buy that for my sister, and she loved it. But
And
that's
now
the
do you
only
get a bunch of
ads.
cows?
I don't have Instagram anymore.
Oh.
So
Smart.
I'm free.
I think the moral of the story of all of this is delete social media.
And we say it every couple months.
We
But
do.
like this is what should happen for books. Is that
So-
this is how the solution for books
Because you just popped up a thing with skincare. My sister was telling me this yesterday. My sister works at Ulta as her side job. And she's saying that the thing right now is all these kids,
I heard about this.
Yeah.
7 to 10-year-olds.
This is on TikTok a
are
lot.
apparently they're going with mommy's credit card
Mm-hmm.
to Sephora,
to
spending
buy-
hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of skincare.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister, because she works at Ulta, she sees these kids
That's crazy.
and she goes to the parent. She's like, do you want a second recommendation? This stuff
Has retinol.
is not. It has retinol. It has AHAs, BHAs. It's not good for your child's face.
Right.
Because she's 5 years old.
Wow.
This is for someone who's in their 30s,
wow.
battling like wrinkles and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not safe for her skin.
And they don't care.
And the kids are just like, I want it.
Oh my gosh.
And they go on TikTok,
Yep.
on mommy run TikToks.
Wow.
It's like, here's what I got at Sephora today. And they're smothering stuff on their face. I haven't seen this personally, but this is what my sister told me because she's in that world. And it scares me.
It's scary.
Everything in the new South Park episode was
The
about
Prime?
the cred juice.
Yeah, cred.
which is
It
Prime.
was so funny.
And but it explains it perfectly.
Yes.
Everything's being marketed to our kids.
It's scary.
Kids run the world with their marketing because mommy and daddy are gonna buy us to shut you up.
It's just a matter of time before we see kids on Book Talk and shit. And like the
I'm
books.
sure they're already there.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's just you're not.
Anyway.
But like it's crazy because I could just see all
Look
of
at you
it.
doom scrolling now.
I know. I'm looking for like different ones. Like this is 7.47. Like it's anywhere I would say regularly between $5 and $10
That's crazy.
per item sold.
This has turned into the new QVC. But
It is.
we can't
TikTok is QVC.
get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
We have no way of getting out.
People hate it.
I used to turn off QVC when I used to see
People hate it.
Yeah.
My nana, back when you had like plasma TVs,
Yeah.
the QVC like scroll and like the lower
burned
third
in.
was burned in. That's how much it was on.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
no.
So when you were on any other channel, you could see like a fucking halo of
That's
that.
so funny. That's so funny.
Wow. Okay, I know we derailed again.
Yeah.
Do you like
Well,
the egg
that
episode?
was a good episode.
Moral of the story: delete social media, live free.
So
Or die.
so should I like delete TikTok and just do
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube?
Just stick on Instagram.
but what about shorts? Like, does
Oh my god,
have
YouTube Shorts.
Shorts, yeah.
Do that.
Just do it on
Just-
shorts.
Should I just stop TikTok and
Yes.
just do shorts?
Yes.
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 1,000%.
Just build us up on
Yes.
shorts.
Yes.
Yes. Don't ask me again because I'm gonna say yes.
Literally yes.
The only problem with shorts is it has to be all real audio, right?
Yep. Has to be you.
So you got to be clever.
I am clever.
Good luck.
She is clever. She's the most clever. That's why she
Very
does it.
clever.
It's a different audience on YouTube though, so good luck.
Well,
What's that mean?
one person commented on one of our recent videos. Look at the dog.
I loved it.
all it
I
said.
loved it.
All it said was look at the dog.
That made me very happy.
And-
that
and
comment.
And I was like, what did Dina do?
It's just
So
look
I
at it.
scrolled the whole episode and she's sleeping the whole episode.
They were probably so excited. They're probably like, look at the
I
dog.
hope so, but I don't know why in my head every comment I read
Oh, no.
sounds
Mean.
mean.
I loved that comment. It was just like, look at the. You know what it reminded me of? Our friend Katie just being like, look at the dog, and it's like, okay, Katie. I love it. All right. Well,
So we call Maddie Tookie sometimes
Yeah,
because
you said this before.
we go instead of look we go took.
yeah. Was that it? Was that the whole story? Sick.
Look at the dog. Took at the dog. Took.
Leslie and I always go, that's just my Zena baby. Like,
That's
that's
just
just my
my
baby
Zena
dog.
baby.
So it's Zena baby.
Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining us on this derailed episode of Books and Betches. If you have some topics you would like us to discuss, send them on over to Instagram. That's books_and_betches, BETCHES. Tell Erica to delete our TikTok in our
Comment
messages.
on our YouTube what topics you like and want us to talk about.
Yeah, go to YouTube, man. YouTube's way cooler than anything
And
else.
Chris looks at those comments right away.
I do. I look at all of our comments. Just subscribe to our YouTube. We could chat more there. You could see us. It's just so much fun. The vibes are better.
If you want to
The vibes are best at Discord.
if you want to
True.
talk to me though specifically,
yeah.
Erica, message me on Instagram. I'm the person
only.
that's managing like the DMs on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm locked
The
out.
only.
I'm less
The
on
only one.
Discord because I put so
I'm
much
never
time
on
on
Discord.
Instagram.
Yeah, no.
I'm not on-
Discord.
I'm gonna be
Kristen
honest.
and Maria are on Discord.
I'm not on anything usually because I get very distracted. But then
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm
I
like,
tell
oh,
you to go
shit.
in and look at it.
Exactly. Keep doing that. That's great. I'll look on YouTube all day though.
Yeah,
So
I'm on Discord several
Okay,
times a
Maria's
day.
Discord, Erica's Instagram, I'm YouTube. There
I'm
you
on
go.
Discord several times a day to where it's like I open it on muscle memory.
See, there
Just
you go.
cause.
Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.